Hey everybody, Melissa here. So today I'm in Excel and I'm going to show you how to use the unique function. Now what it does is exactly what it sounds like it does. It will go through a large data set and return unique values depending on how we define what we want it to do. So in this example, I have a data set that has over 200 rows. And let's just say I wanted to pull unique customer names. So I've got Randall, Christina, Mark, and even though there's multiple times that they appear in this data set, it should just pull Randall once, Christina once, Mark once, and so on. Okay? So we're going to go to a blank cell and we're going to insert a function and we're going to type in unique in case you don't have it in your most recently used. Tell it to go. There it is. Tell it OK. Our array is Excel asking us, where do you want me to look? Well, we want it to look in the name. So we're going to click here. Don't use your header. Don't click on your header. Control Shift down and tell it OK. And now you see Randall, Christina, Mark, Roger, Emily, so on and so forth. And it's only put the name once, even though it's in here multiple times. So let me show you something a little bit easier. So in that example, you saw how we had to click here, Control Shift down. If we convert this data to a table first, it's going to make it so much easier. So let's go here, Control down, Insert, we're going to make it a table. Now this is going to pop up, and yes, that's just saying, do you want to include all this in your table? And we do. And does our table have headers? Yes. Tell it OK. So this is what comes up, and I'm going to change this table layout to this one here because I think it's easier to read. So now let's go back and do that same function. We're going to go up here, and now it's in our most recently used, so I'm just going to highlight it and tell it OK. Now for our array, instead of having to pick all these, if we go right up here, do we see that arrow pointing down? Click, and it clicks that entire column and selects it without the header. And tell it OK. And there we have our unique names. Now let's say we want to pick unique data from more than one column. So let's say that we want Randall apples, Randall grapes, Randall pineapple. But let's just say he's bought apples more than once, which he has here in row 4 and here in row 22. When we do unique from more than one column, it still should just show us Randall and apples once. So let's go to this column here, and we're going to insert a function. Unique. OK. Our array now is going to be 2 columns. So if we get our arrow and we just drag it over to the second one, now you'll see it shows both of them. And we're going to tell it OK. Now if you look, you've got Randall apples, Randall grapes, pineapple, peaches, pears, but you don't have Randall and apples in there twice. Now let's say that we want to find unique values, but we want to only find the ones that have showed up exactly one time. Let's go to our function, unique. Our array is where we want it to look. And let's say we want it to look in names. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go down to exactly once. And we're going to tell this true. You have 2 options, true or false. We're going to tell it true because we want it to show us things that are in there exactly one time and one time only. So let's type true and tell it OK. Jessa, Carlton, and Winston are in here exactly once. Okay, I'm going to close these so I get a couple more columns that are visible. Now let's say that we want to do the same thing with item description. Let's see if there's any items in here that has been sold one time and one time only. So we're going to go to our function. We're going to go to unique. And our array this time is going to be item description. And we're going to tell it true. We're going to tell it OK. And kiwi and oranges are in this list one time and one time only. And that is how you can pull unique data from a large data set. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this in the future, please be sure to subscribe to my channel on your way out. And if you have any suggestions for future tutorials, please drop me a comment. And I'll be back tomorrow with another tutorial. Until then, thanks so much for watching.